How's it go, everybody? Just got over the salty cracker stream, so I'm sure we can just call this the after party. I'm sorry about that. So, I got a few crazy videos for y'all as far and I also got a few other well some strange news. I mean, it's been rather dead lately, but usually anytime it's dead lately with the news, that means something is about to happen. So hold up one sec. We need a little bit of light in here. There we go. Alrighty then. So I want you guys to check this out. And I don't know where this is from. I can only assume it's from the South. But this is one of the most badass things I have ever seen. And if I ever get a vehicle, I want one of these bad boys right here. Let's check this one out right here. Would you look at that? Look at that shit. It's a giant ass shopping cart with a fucking motor on it. Now, I mean, I don't care how far you've been. This is the first time I've ever seen anything like that. Now, whether it's, road legal or anything like that, well, I could care less. I just think the thing is pretty damn badass in my opinion. So, we're gonna go ahead and go over a few stories here. I'm gonna show you guys kind of what's just going on before we start this week up. By the way, happy Easter, everybody. I hope you all had a good day with your family, and I hope you celebrated our Lord and Savior Christ. With his resurrection. So now, the first thing that I wanted to show you guys from Gateway Pundit. Trump has a way of pissing the left off and just pissing people off in general, and I love it. I love it. Because other politicians, they try and be quiet. They try and not do anything. But, oh, this is amazing. President Trump sends special Easter message to radical Marxist New York Attorney General Letitia James. And now, if you don't know who Letitia James is, she's the one who's trying to bring charges against Donald Trump for, oh my God, I mean, the list is endless. So, in November 2018, after her election as Attorney General of New York, Letitia James immediately began cursing and threatening President Donald Trump. And I can see that's why he moved to Florida. And I mean, why the fuck would you stay in New York anyway? It's too damn expensive, even for someone like Trump. And I mean, the city shit. And if you had to choose between, if you really had to choose between Florida or New York, which one would you choose? Florida, I think, goes a little bit higher up on that. So, there's a nice compilation video of Miss James exhibiting her personal hatred towards President Trump. She has pursued President Trump since the day, not with facts, but with hatred and persistence of a committed Marxist. And now, that's how most of these Soros DAs are. Letitia still hasn't found a crime against Trump or his family, but is working feverishly to press charges against the former president anyways. And it's like I've said before, guys. This is ridiculous. If they have been going after this man for, we're almost going on 6 years now. We're on 5 years. So he must be so clean, because if they ever went back on my history of the past 5 years, oh, I'd be fucked. I would be absolutely screwed. So, the fact that they haven't been able to find him doing anything just definitely shows exactly that they are desperate. They're desperate. Remember the grab him by the pussy bit? Oh yeah, did that work? No, that didn't work. That didn't work. He's a man. And guys just naturally talk like that. So, I'm going to read this letter, and look, this is officially from President Donald J. Trump, and it's a statement. Happy Easter to failed gubernatorial candidate and racist Attorney General Letitia James. May she remain healthy despite the fact that she will continue to drive business out of New York while at the same time keeping crime, death, and destruction in New York. I can't see a single part of that which is a lie or which is over exaggerating. New York is a shithole. New York really is a shithole, and I would never, ever want to live there. Between the laws, between the crime, between the inflation, between everything. Who the fuck wants to live in a state like New York? So, this one right here is pretty crazy. Now, Skynet is here. Watch robots enforce authoritarian mask mandate at Dallas airport. And I'm surprised this is coming from Dallas. Now, these guys actually set up a machine here to detect whether you're wearing your mask or not. A machine. They're actually trying to ensure that you are wearing your mask, or else this machine will say, oh, not wearing a mask, go in, detain him. So, I got a small portion of it to show you. Let me see. I know I had it here somewhere. Yeah, it's right here. So let me go ahead and show you guys this real quick.
So this is Scott, the 7-foot-tall robot. And you might wonder, what does SCOT stand for? It stands for Security Control Observation Tower. Because that's not creepy, right?
I told my wife that I was flying through here, and she was like, I can't believe you're going to see these robots. I was kind of laughing, but a burglar is always going to steal, right? Because there's always going to be a bank to steal. The robberies are never going to stop. So I don't know why a mask mandate is going to continue just to control what we've all had. I've had COVID 3 times.
The mask mandate has been extended for only another couple of weeks. So why is Dallas?
Actually, it's a good thing that I had myself muted right there, because I said something that YouTube would have definitely not liked and could have given me a strike for. You know, I had COVID twice, and I got the eye drug and I got a v-pak, and within 2 days I was feeling unbelievably better. In fact, ever since that happened, I have been feeling great. I can't get a vaccine because I'm immunocompromised. And not only that, I don't trust the fucking thing to begin with. So, let's go ahead and see if there's anything else on this. I'm pretty sure that's all I had to show you guys.
Love Field Airport testing out these mass surveillance machines, monitoring if you're wearing your mask.
Look at that
This
shit.
is not Cuba. This is America. We should just be left alone, and common sense. I don't know why common sense has gone away and nobody cares anymore. But we need to stand up, and we just need to tell our leaders, hey, it's common sense.
It's as if they plan to keep extending the mandate and us covered in compliance.
Of course they want to keep the mandate. They want control. They don't give a fuck about the American people. These guys have so much money, And what comes after getting money? You need power. You want control of the populace. And these fucking Marxists who are in DC, who are on Capitol Hill, they want to have complete control over this place. Have you seen the fucking laws they've been passing? Have you seen everything that they've been doing during this Biden administration? It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. So, that's a new one. I have never heard of that before, where they have a machine that is actually checking to make sure that you are wearing your mask. And just to show you just how ridiculous all this is, we're going to move on to Bill Maher. Now, I haven't watched this podcast yet. I do plan on watching it. And here's the thing. Bill Maher is an old school liberal. He's not for wokeism. He's not for anything like that. Yes, he did have TDS, but I could really care less if you have TDS or not. You don't have to like the guy. But to the point to where you start having cult-like behavior because of a man like Donald Trump, that is just ridiculous. And so Bill Maher tells Joe Rogan, Dems party of no common sense will get ass kicked in midterms. And this is coming from Bill Maher. Even Bill Maher can see that his own party is fucking up really bad right now. So, HBO's Real-Time host Bill Maher blasted Democrats as the party of no common sense last week during an appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience, and they warned they were fixing to get decimated in the upcoming midterms. Maher told host Joe Rogan that he hasn't gotten more conservative, but rather the Democrat Party has gotten goofier. And there's a meme I saw a while back. It shows the right, it shows the left in the middle, or it shows centrist in the middle, and it shows the left on the other side. And the left just keeps going farther and farther and farther and farther and farther left until the ones who were center left are considered conservative, because these woke people have completely lost control. Now, as far as wokeism, I do believe that it is espionage from China to destroy this country from the inside. So, but I'll get into that another time. So, people say to me, don't you think you've gotten more conservative? No, I haven't. The left has gone goofier, so I seem to be more conservative, maybe. But it's not like me who changed, Maher told Rogan, before listing far-left talking points he disagreed with, including abolishing the police, excessive government spending, and the LGBTQ. I guess they forgot about that last part, but whatever. Ideology. They're pushing this shit on kids. They're pushing this shit on kids. If I were to tell you guys about some of the stuff they're teaching preschoolers through third graders, I would get marked on this fucking channel. I would seriously get marked. I can't talk about stuff like this on YouTube. Meanwhile, you can have a video of two gay guys trying to figure out, oh my god, what did they stick in their rectum? What is it? Is it real or is this not real? What is it? Oh, but that's perfectly fine. That's that's monetized. It's not there's no age restrictions, there's nothing. And it's getting ridiculous. There was no talk about pregnant men, and looting was still illegal, he said about liberal politics in the past. And again, look at California. People going in there all the damn time in order to just steal. Like I said, if I had said a long time ago, if I were a criminal, I would move to California and I would be stocking up. Leave the state, sell it at a lower price, and I would be making my money. I'm always saying to the Democrats, just don't be the party of no common sense, and you will be surprised at how much amazing success you will have as opposed to what's going to happen, which they are going to get their asses kicked in November. And I've always said that. If the Democrats actually did what they pushed for, and if the Republicans had the spine to actually go up against these Democrats, we may actually see some shit done up in Capitol Hill. But in my opinion, they're all crooks. There are only a few of them who I actually trust. And that goes for both Republican and Democrats, okay? So, recent polling supports Maher's remarks, showing that Joe Biden's approval is at an all-time low at 33%. Even CNN was recently forced to admit Biden's record low disapproval signals. Democrats are poised for a shellacking in the midterms. And of course, here is your tweet. CNN reports that Biden's approval rating is the lowest of any president at this point in his presidency. This is really, really bad number. And here's the funny thing. They are trying to count inflation in. However, they changed the way that inflation works. If you were to look at inflation and you were to, try and, figure out the numbers for inflation back when Carter was president, and you did the same thing now with Joe Biden's inflation would be that much worse. And they're saving the guy every chance. I mean, you can see it. You can definitely see it. So, unbelievable shit. I really don't know what to say about a whole bunch of this shit going on right now. But for now, let's go ahead and take a break, and I want to show you guys some more crazy videos. Just check out this dude. This is absolutely unbelievable. And finally, for the last one. Ready? 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 Kabam! Now, I don't know if that was luck. I don't know if the guy was just that good. Maybe it was both, but you know what? I have rarely seen somebody take a shot from half court and actually make it. I think I've seen it once in my entire life. And what can I say? It is pretty amazing to see. So, here's another one that I want to show you guys. This dude manages to escape prison through he's in a federal prison, and he manages to escape through his feeding hole. Through his feeding hole. So are you telling me if you ever get locked up, all you gotta do is fast until you're so skinny you can fit through the hole? Or does this guy have some weird bone structure? What is going on here? But just take a look at this. This is absolutely crazy. At that point, I thought he was stuck, but nope. Nope. There he is. He's out. Gets dressed. And kabam. He is out. Now, I don't have an update on what actually happened to this guy. I'm going to go ahead and keep an eye out on this. And we'll go ahead and see what happens with that one. I'll go ahead and show you guys these once we go ahead and end the live stream. But there's some more that I wanted to go over with you guys. So, the other day, I told you that Biden's DOJ was launching an investigation into Elon Musk as he attempts his hostile takeover of Twitter, reports. So, let's go ahead and see exactly what happens here. Elon Musk isn't one to turn down from a challenge, and he is proving that fact yet again with his ongoing attempt to purchase Twitter. Outright bid to restore freedom and speak to the internet. However, his bold move caused the establishment to put a target on his back, and oh boy, We got Vanguard, we got BlackRock, and we got the Prince of Saudi Arabia going after this guy. I mean, this is getting crazy. So let me see. Where was I? I'm sorry. However, his bold move caused the Alright, I read that. As of this week, both Biden's Department of Justice, the DOJ, and the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, have reportedly opened new investigations into the billionaire Tesla founder, according to Sports. Now, you'd figure with them, raising gas prices and all, and them trying to push electric vehicles, oh man, that they would love this. They would absolutely love this. But no, Tesla's always pushed under the carpet, and Musk, I really don't know his political affiliation, but usually when you don't put out your political affiliation, that usually means that you're trying to do business and that you're not trying to cause any biases towards your market. So earlier this week, Fox Business senior correspondent Charlie Gasparino broke the news of Biden's alphabet agencies turning their sight on Musk in an appearance on Cavuto Coast to Coast. This longtime legal expert explained that as far as right now, it is unclear what Musk has done that warrants the federal probes. Well, as far as that goes, he went against the establishment. He has officially put his boots on and he has stepped into the battlefield. But the Twitter takeover likely has a lot to do with it. Gasparino pointed out that Musk has stirred up a regulatory hornet's nest, and the SEC is scrutinizing every little detail of its recent stock trades, looking to nab him on some small technicality. That sounds a bit familiar, doesn't it? It sounds a little bit like, I'd say it sounds a little bit like Donald Trump. So, isn't it just a little bit crazy on what is going on this thing? I mean, really. And you know that if this is going on, if they are launching an investigation into the richest man in the world, he has definitely hit the nail on the head and he has found it. Because Twitter is not just a social media. It's an information hub. And it is one of the many ways that they actually go and try and indoctrinate people, give out false information. They try turning people, they try giving them false facts so that they think something different is about to go on, and it is insane. Now, this story is still developing, and I'm sure it's still going to continue to develop as we go on. So, Musk has gone toe-to-toe with the SEC in the past, calling it out publicly for filing a complaint against him after he tweeted about taking Tesla private in 2018. At that time, Musk fired back at the federal agencies, saying that the action against him was unjustified and rejected any claims of wrongdoing completely. Nevertheless, Musk eventually settled with the SEC, with both him and his company each paying a fine of $20 million in addition to some restrictions surrounding his public statements and his stepping down as the CEO of Tesla. And I'm going to tell you, for someone like Elon Musk, $20 million, that's a drop. For most of us, I mean, geez, most of us would be blessed to have that kind of money. But for Elon Musk, he was just kind of like, oh, well, here you go. And at least I know what to do next time. And they've essentially turned him into the enemy. I mean, just look at the electrical vehicles that they're pushing nowadays. They're pushing every single brand of car out there except for Tesla, which happens to be the most efficient electric vehicle. I mean, I've seen the specs on it. I've seen people drive it. And it is unbelievable that that thing runs on electricity. And even if you run out of electricity, you can still put gas in it. So the car is good. But this isn't the same SEC or DOJ, and it isn't the same type of dissent. This new joint investigation is that much more concerning if it takes place. Musk is a stand the establishment just can't afford to let succeed. I'm sorry. Sometimes these sentences are written out a little bit weird. So, big tech, the legacy media, politicians in the DC swamp, and elites alike have resoundingly condemned Musk's crusade because the success of the radical anti-American agenda relies completely on silencing the truth that contradicts and approves the narrative. Now let me ask you, just take a look at history. Name me one country where the people who initiated censorship were the good guys. Please, just name me one. If go down to the comments or put it in the live chat and tell me, have you ever seen anybody who has gone through censorship and who has been the good guys? No, I'm sorry, it doesn't happen. Now let me see, where was I? Twitter itself is even jeopardizing its own financial prospects and betraying its shareholders in despite of attempt to fend off the hostile takeover bid. How it's hostile? You got me. But again, if you're not a orange man bad, if you're not if you're not in line with these Democrats, oh man, they will say everything they can. They'll call you a bigoted, sexist, racist, xenophobic, so on and so forth. I mean, the list has gotten so unbelievable that I've just lost count of it. Capitalists don't turn down a free $10 billion, which is what Musk offered over Twitter's market value. Radical ideologues focused on controlling people's thoughts for the sake of their dystopian agenda too. That is what I just said. It's not about the money. It's about the fact that they want to control the thought process on Twitter. Without the ability for mass censorship of dissenting thoughts, which is what Twitter provides in excess, the propaganda would not have the same effect. The unhinged meltdown to condemn free speech by media elites has exposed exactly how radical they truly are. In just one example, the progressive activist at the LA Times said it outright, Musk is buying the left's most effective censorship tool, would create more freedom and less democracy. Democracy, in this case, means the illiberal world, of course. As Revolver News put it last week, the world's richest man might be on the cusp of launching a global crusade to restore freedom of speech. So naturally, the Biden regime and sycophants in the media just can't sit around and let it happen. And no, they do not want somebody like Elon Musk to take control of any of this stuff. So, like I said, guys, I was going to go ahead and update you guys on that. If I hear any more information on what goes on with this, because I doubt this is over. I doubt this is over. This is going to probably go on for a good while. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Now, a few days ago, there was a shooting in Pennsylvania. Horrific video shows moments mass shooting that killed 2 juveniles and injured 8 others erupted at Pittsburgh Airbnb being used for teens parties. Now, I don't know what is going on with these Airbnbs and these drug lords going in and killing people, but this has happened multiple times this week. And like I said, earlier this week, Biden finally introduced a bill to try and get rid of ghost guns. A coincidence that we've had 3 mass shootings this week? I don't know. I mean, I'll let you guys decide that. So, I'm going to go ahead and just show you the video here real quick. It's really not too long, and I'm just going to kind of show you the ruckus that just kind of goes on with this one. So, let me go ahead and show you.
Our crew, we get the out. My crew. God, he got a gun, y'all. I'm getting a bitch.
Everyone freaking out because they know somebody has a gun.
God, he got a gun.
As would I. I mean, if I were unarmed, even if I were armed, somebody else having a gun, you never know what's going to happen. You have to get down to the floor. Get to the floor, hear the shots, and find safety.
No, we gotta go. He got a gun. Y'all gotta go. He got a gun. Oh my gosh. He's about to shoot. Nasia, come on. No, we gotta go. We got to go. They're about to.
And you'll hear it here in a bit. You're gonna hear the gunshots, okay?
No, y'all gotta go. I'm getting here.
Now, there's nothing graphic in this video, just pre-warning, so it's okay.
Oh, bro.
Now, I'm gonna skip this a little bit because I know the shots aren't towards the end. Let's see. Alright, this should start right here. You're gonna hear the gunshots. Hear them?
Oh my God!
Hit the floor, find cover, get the fuck out of there if that ever happens to you guys. Don't just stand around, don't act confused. You need to find safety. Yep, there we go. And these dudes are firing away. These dudes are emptying clips. That or it's more than one gun. Because this is a... I'll tell you, a regular magazine does not carry that many rounds in it. So that's what happened during that whole ordeal. Now, as far as it goes, I don't know really much information about what happened. They kind of more or less just kind of go over what happened. Let me see. Let me just check one more thing before we move on. Okay, there were 200 people inside the Airbnb. Total of 90 shots fired. 90 shots. So there was somebody either went in there strapped with clips or it was more than one gun. And with 90 shots in the amount of time that it was, I really couldn't tell you which one it was. Let me see. Let me just check one more thing. Shell casings from rifles and pistols were also found at the scene. So it does look like there were multiple guns fired. So they were in there and they were going after somebody. Okay, and so there were some deaths. Authorities said EMS crews transported several gunshot victims to local hospitals, while others found private rides. 2 of the victims died from injuries they sustained while at the hospital, but Commander John Fisher said most of the victims are in stable condition. Of those who died, Schubert said one was only 14 years old. One was only 14 years old. Now, what you would be... I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys. You know, I did my fair share of partying in high school, and I had been to some parties, but I'll tell you, no shit like this ever happened. I mean, damn. So, of course, that's just how it goes, and like I said, this is why I am such a huge advocate of the Second Amendment. If you have the right to carry your own pistol, people are going to think twice before entering somewhere and blasting the place up, because remember, criminals are the ones who carry around the illegal guns and who are willing to go and shoot somebody just flat and straight. So, now, that one, pretty insane, and this last one is a bit of a strange story. I really don't know what to think about this one. Okay, so Kentucky man's birthday surprise cost his employer $450,000 after an adverse reaction, and you're not gonna believe this bullshit. You are not gonna believe this. This is one of the stupidest things I have ever heard. A Kentucky man secured $450,000 in a lawsuit against his former employer after the company threw a surprise birthday party that caused him to have a panic attack. The man, Kevin Burling suffers from anxiety and panic attacks and had requested that the company, Gravity Diagnostics, not throw a surprise party for him, as was custom for other employees. Now, I can understand that part, but suing for that much and having a panic attack to the point to where you're hospitalized, I mean, it's unbelievable. That's just ridiculous. That's cowardness if I have ever seen it. When his co-workers threw him the party regardless, Burling suffered from a panic attack that deteriorated his relationship with the company. Burling was called in for a meeting the following day where his superiors criticized him for how he had handled the party, resulting in another panic attack. So this dude obviously is not right in the head to begin with. So this is going to be the last story I'll cover, guys. It essentially just kind of goes over a little more of, you know, him having to go to therapy and him, you know, criticizing his employers and things like that. And honestly, I really don't feel like wasting my time, you know, going through any of that. So for right now, I am going to go ahead and show you some crazy videos before we end this live stream, okay? And this is pretty nuts. So just get ready. Just get ready. Bam. Bam. You see this guy right here? Balls of steel. With a haircut like that, that kind of build, I wouldn't doubt if this dude is former military or if he is currently serving. But look at him. I want you to just watch this real quick. He sees this guy. You see him. And then look at him look down real quick. He looks down and he sees it automatically coming. He sees that this dude's going to do a cheap shot. I'm going to put that one more time. Just right before the punch. Check out the guy's face. He looks down. He sees this guy's about to do something and he blocks it. Balls of steel. Bam. And this fucker doesn't know what to do. Because anyone who throws a cheap shot is already most likely a coward. And that's just how cheap shots are. That's why they're called cheap shots. They're made by cowards. So, I got, let me see. I know I had one more for you guys here. I am trying to remember which one it is. Oh, actually, look at the jump this dog does. This is unbelievable. You ready? I don't know how many feet that was, but that was insane. I will show you the rest of the video, but the rest of the video, you can find it on Bangin' Tweets. I'd recommend following them. They always have some really, really good stuff. And, I mean, that's really what I just wanted to show you guys was this dog. Good God, that jump is insane. What was that? Like 20 feet that he went and hopped? That is insane. Oh my God. And that is why I told you that I love the fact that we have cameras everywhere nowadays and you can record everything going on. Now, before we end this, I want to see this one more time. I want to see this one more time. I want to see these guys. I want to see this this badass cart vehicle that they made. So let's go ahead and end on that note, guys. Just absolute badassness. Absolute badassness. And just think if you were driving on the road and you saw something like that. That's something you are never gonna forget. It's a fucking shopping cart. I bet it gets I don't know how fast it goes, but with an engine like that, I guarantee it could pick up some speed. Who knows? Maybe there's somebody out there who can build you a cart that runs just like a vehicle. Either way, guys, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Happy Easter, and I will see y'all later this week, and I will be releasing some more information about the stuff that I told you is still kind of progressing this week. So have a good weekend, and thanks for watching. Happy Easter.